Good evening and welcome back for the last time this season to Buzz Bowling Arena. I'm Levi Gilbert alongside color analyst Tim Roach, and be a short broadcast night tonight. Just one game on tap. It's your Lady Wampus Cats closing out the regular season with a 6A Central makeup game with the Mount St. Mary Academy Bells.
We are going to play, the boys are going to play after this, but it's technically a non-conference game because they actually got their whole schedule in. But yeah, early night, one game only, but it's a critical game. We need to win this ball game to maintain all the latitudes and attitudes of where we are in the Central.
And we will break down all of those possible scenarios throughout the game tonight, but going into our starting lineups already for the 0-22 Mount St. Mary Academy Bells. They'll be have in the starting lineup tonight a junior number 2, Eleanor Blakely, a sophomore guard number 4, Alexia Coca, junior number 10, Savannah Heineman, sophomore forward number 13, Moname Matute, and a junior center number 42, Amelia Allgood. Looking at the starting lineup now for your 19-4 Conway Lady Cats. Starting at guard number 13, sophomore Chloe Clardy. Another sophomore guard, number 21, Camille Brown. Junior, number 22, Kalena King. And another junior, number 24, Jaden Thomas. And rounding out the lineup tonight, it's that familiar 5, sophomore number 42, Savannah Scott. Savannah, 18 points the last time these two teams played.
Not a real, you see this in the Central. There's not an answer for Savannah with some teams. Having a 6'4" post player. I mean, you've got Amari over at North Little Rock. You've got, she doesn't play post, but 6'6". The forward over at North Side, Tracy not Tracy Brashear. She's 6'2", but Wolfenbarger is 6'6".
Yeah, well, I think they usually have her listed at 6'4",
yeah,
but there's no way.
But she says guard, so it's not really close. But they do. We have a matchup problem a lot of times with Savannah.
And your Lady Cats will win the tip tonight. Like we said, early night tonight. Starting tip early at 5 o'clock. And then just one game broadcasting tonight. Savannah Scott getting the Lady Cats on the board early. 2-0 Lady Cats.
Same kind of momentum and things that we try to do with pretty much anybody that we play, and that is try to get the ball down to Savannah, establish that part of the game early.
Jaden Thomas gets a steal on the defensive end. Lady Cats with another shot to add to this early lead. Jaden drives to her left, tosses one up, and it's going not anywhere near the basket, but she gets her hand on another one on the other end. Lady Cats coming out and man defense tonight.
Yeah, and this is a problem for Mount St. Mary in that bringing the ball up against the Lady Cats for any experienced team is very difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to just manage the ball across half court.
Hyman got a good drive and got away with a travel there.
I mean, a little up and down, but I can't start off the broadcast by saying what I want to say, so I'm just going to say it looked like an up and down.
Let's just have a nice smooth end to the regular season.
Okay, fine.
We'll say that was not even as bad as the previous one, but they called that one. Let's save all the tenseness for next week.
There's going to be plenty of it next week. Plenty of that. Really looking forward to getting to Fayetteville and seeing how the Lady Cats do.
Yeah, state tournament in Fayetteville next week. We know the boys will play on Tuesday. They feed it down to Savannah again. Another 2 easy points for her. We know the boys will play on Tuesday at 1, but we don't exactly know who they'll be playing yet. Yeah, because on the west side, they opted for the conference tournament. They kind of had no choice, but
right.
So that's still ongoing this week, and we don't know the final seedings yet. Savannah, tough look at it there.
A little bit of contact. That's going to be actually good. We need to play through that contact, so I'm actually good that they didn't call that.
Jaden Thomas being pesky. Tute gets it off to Blakely. They feed it down to Allgood. Chloe Clardy going to get tangled up. They'll call jump ball
No.
No, they're calling a foul on Clardy.
Yeah.
So 6:06 to play here in the first quarter. Lady Cats with a 4-0 early lead. Run a set play for Blakely. She had a good look at it. Rebound to Matute. She's going to bring it back out.
Yeah, great block there by Savannah. Really did a good job of not making any contact. It really got all ball as she tried to go up.
Lady Cats sticking in this man defense.
Wouldn't it be scary to have the ball against any of these defenders? I mean, you can't go to the ground. That's a travel, but.
I'd be scared. And on paper, I'm a grown man.
On paper.
On paper.
Only on paper. But, yeah, no, I mean, the thing that really scares me about them if I had to play against them is how quick their hands are defensively. I mean, you're dribbling out in front of them. That ball could go the other way at any given moment. Just really good with their hands and not about making contact either.
Swing it over to Jay Money, and she drains it. 7-0, Conway.
More of that. Jay Money, when she gets in rhythm, we saw that with Northside. She hit 9 threes against Northside. That's kind of like the watermark there, or the benchmark for her. But, boy, if she gets it going, there's all kinds of trouble for defending her.
Coco picks up her dribble. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Bells struggling to get any penetration. They feed it down to Allgood, and they're going to call King for the reach in.
Got to be careful about that play. It's the aggressive play by Kalena to come over the top for that. And but that's the kind of defensive move that I'm talking about. I mean, they're so quick around the spot. Looked like a little bit of contact there, probably a good call.
Ellen Brady and Elizabeth Metters checking in for the Bells. Just not able to get into the paint. Blakely drives, and Brown got a hand on it. Clardy with the block. It'll stay here.
Yeah, just not getting any good looks at the basket. I mean, they've had 1 3 that was actually their best look earlier. That was not a good look because you had Chloe Clardy sending it into the stands.
King getting a hand on it. How many deflections do you think we've had already?
Somebody on the Conway Lady Cats sidelines tracks that. And so, I mean, it's a big deal for them. But it's been a ton. Multiple times there you go, another one. Multiple times every possession they're deflecting a ball.
Metters had a good look at getting it down to Blakely, and just the speed and recovery of this Lady Cat defense.
It seems like the ball's been down on this end of the court for 15 straight minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, with 7 seconds left, we just keep knocking it out of bounds.
And the way this Conway defense is playing, might see a few shot clock violations.
Yeah.
Like we just saw, yeah. Big block there from Savannah Scott, and ends up in a shot clock violation for the Bells.
Well, I mean, against this defense, if you're trying to find the absolute best shot, that best shot could be anytime you have space. You should take it.
Jay Money for 3. Perfect.
That's kind of a shoot-around offense there. They just passed it around the horn, got Jaden at the top of the key. If she's got her feet set, that's, I like my chances there.
Stolen by Clardy. Lady Cats will push it up court. King open for 3. Can't get that to drop. Rebound Scott out to Camille Brown. That 3's missed. Clardy rebounds. She goes up. Are they going to call the foul?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I thought the official down on the baseline
I think
was
he's
calling
asking,
a foul.
are you going to call a foul there? Because there was one.
Well, Coach Lauren Lawrence wanted a timeout. So her Bells trail 10-0, 3:20 to play here in the first quarter. Timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and hold it here. So, like we've mentioned, I don't think we've actually mentioned this specific thing yet. We've been talking about the playoffs.
Yeah.
Your Lady Cats, a win tonight, and they're even if they don't win tonight, they're still going to be at worst the 2.
Yeah.
The 2 seed out of the Central. A win tonight and some help over in North Little Rock. North Little Rock playing Northside tonight. Lady Cats could end up the 1. That looked a little better last week. We have since come to learn that Amari Williams,
not going to be playing tonight.
Stud player for the Charging Lady Wildcats, out for the season, I think was what I heard. So probably not as likely that Northside loses tonight at North Little Rock. Third 3 for Jay Money.
Go, Jaden. The thing about that is, Northside the way that they played in the second half against the Lady Cats, they have an opportunity to have a night like that where if they're not on their A game and you're playing a quality opponent, but you got to have every bullet to beat them.
Yeah.
And I just don't think North Little Rock has that with Amari being out. I just don't see that happening. So I think the 2 seed is more likely.
Yeah, that's what we would most likely say at this point is your Lady Cats probably going to be the 2 seed. They will get a first-round bye no matter what heading into the state tournament next week. If they're the 2 seed, they won't play until Friday. So over a week with no game action. So,
and if they win that game, there's just one more game on Saturday, and then it's to the state championship. Right now, the state championship game, I know we're jumping it. That's a jump ahead. But it's middle of the week that following week. Is that correct? Wednesday the 18th?
I hadn't looked to see. Had the AAA already announced?
Good for you.
Had they already announced the slots?
I thought I saw that in the bracket that it was on the 18th, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, sometimes they wait until the Alex Jolivet.
My spark plug.
3's raining tonight for your Lady Cats. Sometimes they wait until the week before they announce, or after the state tournament's over. So I didn't know if they had already announced when the games would be.
They delayed it a week, and so it may be that they have made some predetermination on that just because everybody's scheduled. And the next week is spring break, basically. So I think I think there's now they've got like a wall in front of them that's spring break. How many 3s is that tonight for us?
Well, 3 for J Money.
And one for
Jolivet.
I think that's it. So that's 4 in the first quarter. Yeah, that's 12.
Well,
yeah. And then 2 Savannah buckets. Tight defense by Haley Malcolm there. It's got to go up.
Another shot clock violation against the Bells. That's the second already here in the first quarter. We may have an update. Got a little message from Justin King, made me laugh. We may have an update around halftime on some of the scores from the 6A West Conference Tournament. That'll help decide who plays in the finals tomorrow in that one. But the way things have been looking, seems like it's going to be Fayetteville and Bentonville, but we won't know until a little later tonight. They're going to call jump ball on the floor.
Okay.
That'll go to the Bells.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of moving parts. The good news is we saw, as you mentioned, we're solidly on the boys in the 5. We're just waiting to see what happens on the West. And for the girls, we're not going to be. We're either going to be 1 or 2, and it looks like 2. So we can we've settled our part of the score mostly. We just need the West to get their business done, and that's been the problem. They both, the boys and the girls, are playing a conference tournament because they couldn't get through the COVID situation.
And unfortunately, we won't have those answers for you tonight by the end of our broadcast. Caden Beckwith in the game now.
Without the headband, she needs to not do that.
She was throwing you off, Tim.
Yeah, I did. I was like, well, who's number 1? Good
Playing
steal.
A King getting the steal. She'll take it all the way on the other end. Can't get the layup to fall. Rebound, Jolivet. Jaden Thomas thought about it. She'll drive in, pull up for the jumper. King with the rebound. She cleans that up.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing, though, and here's what you want to see with that shot like Jaden took right there. That's the kind of shot that she's going to need to be able to really close in and hit, because they're going to defend. Once we get to the state tournament, they're going to defend that 3. She's not going to get those clean looks like we're getting tonight. she's going to have to be able to dribble penetrate and get off, in some cases, that 10 to 12-footer.
Jane Thomas getting the deflection on the other end, and that going off a bell. Conway will have the ball. 28 seconds left on the floor. Lacey Larkins, senior, checking in for your Lady Cats.
Yeah, replacing Jaden Thomas. She missed a 3, and so Coach Hutchcraft has got to be angry with her. Good hustle defense there by the Lady Bells, getting out to the edge.
Larkins feeds it down to Malcolm. Kick back out to Beckwith. Beckwith for 3. It won't go. Rebound to Larkins. 4 seconds. Malcolm gets it off in time. And that'll get the Lady Cats to 20. Conway, after 1, leading 20-2. 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway court.
Take it outside, boys!
Johnson's down the right side. He crosses over the corner and shoots. Oh, brilliant.
You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Tell your insurance provider you choose All Clean USA.
Mom said take it outside.
Back live at Buzz Bowling Arena. Lady Cats up 20-2 over the Bells. Led by Jaden Thomas with 9 points in the first quarter. Lacey Larkin's going to get called for an over the back.
Going to see some good experience gained here by not only your senior who has that experience, Lacey, but you're going to see a lot of action from our reserves, which is a good thing to have.
Hyndman gets a 3 up. That won't fall. Rebound to Kane.
Mary Kate Kane, good three-point shooter. She can really shoot.
Jolivet trying to feed it down to Malcolm. Leads her just a bit too far. Be a turnover for your Lady Cats. And then Coca stepping out of bounds on the other end. Ball back to Conway.
Yeah, lost control and again, we've talked about that before too. I mean, the Lady Cats, they tend to, their defensive pressure, if they're not directly causing it, they indirectly cause turnovers just for their pace of play. This one's going up.
Kane for 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebound Jolivet, fighting in traffic. Can't get that little floater to go, and the Bells outlet pass on the other end, and it's converted by Hyndman. 4 points now for the Bells. Lady Cats shot 40% from 3 in the first quarter, 4 for 10. Kane again for 3. She drains that one.
Probably not a good thing to leave her open. They're going to need to get a handout on her and Alex and Lacey Larkins. All 3 really good three-point shooters.
And Jolivet and Beckwith.
I mean, even Haley Malcolm will shoot the 3 if it's open, and that's the Hutchcraft way, right? I mean, everybody on this team. I don't know that I've seen, has Savannah taken one this year? I'm not sure.
Not that we've seen.
But really, I mean, she's true, pure post player. But everybody else on the team shooting the 3 if it's open. Yeah. Well,
Beckwith's going to get called for the walk. How do you describe that again? That little stutter step?
Little stutter step. That when you get both feet going before that dribble comes down, it's a walk. It is, and so the problem is that you watch at every level higher than high school, it doesn't get called a lot. And so, it's some in college they're calling it, but you watch enough of it and you play enough ball, it's just not going to get called much.
All good, driving in the lane. That jumper won't go. Bells get another chance at it, but Beckwith with the rebound.
Good strong rebound by Caden there.
Jolivet for three. It's off the back of the rim. Beckwith with the rebound. Beckwith driving in the lane. She hits the court. Yeah. That foul will be called against Coca.
This is, again, one of those things that you want to do. You want to see her dribble penetrate, because when we get to the state tournament, she's going to need to be able to do that to break down the defense so we can get some good shots off from the perimeter.
The Lady Cats bringing in a whole new 5 here in the second quarter. Inbound pass taken by Van Zant. Over to Roach for three. In and out. And that's going to be off Hill.
Most people that I know named Roach can make that shot.
Yikes.
My niece Carson, she's got a good three-point jumper.
I think
That was a good release, though.
I think you're going to
I'll
get some
hear about
words
that
later. Yeah.
Brian's going to have a problem with that. But, no, she's a really good three. I mean, when you look at this particular setup on our court, Van Zant, really good running the court. Corley, great three-point shooter. Carson, great three-point shooter. And Lauren Hill inside can really bang away.
Corley was one of a number of Lady Cats that had 7 back on January 19th when these two teams played.
Yeah, she can shoot the ball. And then I didn't mention Jamisha Johnson, who has had plenty of varsity level critical playing time, especially early on when we were dealing with some COVID issues. Fantastic defender of the basketball, really good high energy player. You can see her on defense there. Really, really solid defensive player. Really like watching her play.
Roach with the rebound. And it's stripped away by Blakely. They kick it out for 3. It won't go. All good with the rebound. Finds Matute. Lauren Hill gets a hand on that. And it will be Lady Cat basketball.
One thing I will say about Allgood, Amelia Allgood, she has a smile. I've watched her for a couple of years now. She is always smiling on the court, having a great time. I know that they're 0-22, but it doesn't bother her that they're getting to play.
Feed it into Hill. 2 for Hill.
That's a great move. I mean, caught the ball, goes straight up. Pure post player move there by Lauren Hill.
Couple Lady Cats on the floor. Lauren Hill getting her hands in there. That'll be a jump ball.
Good friend Justin King in the building.
Little different setup for us tonight. We're on the opposite end of where we normally call home games, so it's been interesting.
Kind of getting geared up for state tournament play, man. You need to be able to be flexible in your view.
Oh, for sure. There have been state tournament games that we've done from the corner. I'm looking at you, Cabot.
I've heard about those, Cabot.
Roach feeds it to Corley. Corley draws the contact. She'll go to the line for 2.
Strong to the hole by Corley. Good pass by Carson. Made sure that she got deep enough to the point where she could pass it and at least get the layup off or get the contact, and that was a good play by Corley.
Corley hits the first. Been a bit of a slow quarter for your Lady Cats. Just 6 points here in the second.
Trying to establish some rhythm with the different personnel that have come in.
Corley hits them both.
But they played really good defense, though. I mean, 2 points in the quarter for the Bells. So,
yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't get any easier for these Bells, especially on the defensive end. You just keep dialing in Lady Cats that can turn up the heat.
Yeah, I mean, the level of talent is a little bit lower just because it's a lot of young players and they're not quite at that level. But from an intensity perspective, effort perspective, and also just the kind of skills that Coach Hutchcraft instills in her ladies. You see it at all levels. It's just different levels of being able to perform at like that. Kick.
Trying to find Hill down in the lane. 3-point attempt up from Van Zant. It's no good. Johnson almost came away with the rebound. Van Zant's going to get the loose ball.
Lots of action.
Van Zant
Lots of action.
getting the steal. Lots of things going on for your Lady Cats. Kicks it over to Roach for 3. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound to the Bells. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Again, short night for your Lady Cats and for your broadcasters
Yeah,
tonight.
well, and okay, cool with that, but it's such a quiet gym even for COVID standards.
Nice feed from Johnson to Van Zant.
Good finish.
And your starting 5 Lady Cats sitting down near the bench, ready to come back in for a final little run.
Gonna have to get a stoppage of play. Almost had it there.
They're going to retreat.
Yeah.
1:25 to go. She's going to send a different 5, not the starting 5, back in.
Yep. All good as their player. I mean, she's got really good ball skills. Does the supporting cast. You know, they've struggled this year, but she's a really good player. Has good form at the free throw line. She makes her free throws, and it has a good shot on the perimeter.
She's got 3 of their 5. And we have a new 5 in for your Lady Cats.
Wow. It's like in the old days, right?
Yeah.
7-5-5.
I remember that distinctly in the 2014-15 season, the year after they won a state title. Larkins gets a 3 up, and it's good. Pushes the Lady Cats past 30, 32. I remember that year, though. It was 5 in, 5 out, pretty consistently throughout the game.
That's right.
That was Jordan Danbury's final season as a Lady Cat. It ended in the state championship, but not with a win for your Lady Cats.
Let's get back there.
Well, it's very, very possible.
Great pass. Haley Malcolm, what a fantastic look and cut by Lacey, but great look by Haley Malcolm. Well, she's played some great quality minutes. Savannah's had some foul trouble in a few games. She's come in and played really, really well.
Under 20 to play here in the first half. Coca's going to drive to her left. She gets a shot up, gets her own rebound. And she'll draw contact on the putback attempt.
She's okay.
5 seconds remaining. Coca will go to the line for 2.
A lot of their points have come from the line because they can't get a good quality shot off. I think all 4 of Allgood's points have come from the free throw line.
That's correct. Coca hits her first. And she hits the second. Lady Cats will have to push this up court quickly. Beckwith for 3. In and out, no good, and your Lady Cats will take a 34-8 lead into the locker room here at halftime. We'll take about a 6 or 7 minute break here at Buzz Boulding Arena, and we'll come back with the second half of action here on Conway Court.
Yazzie, yeah, Pauline Yazzie. She had 6 kids and putting them all through school without electricity. Kids doing homework in their van with the dome light on. Family wanted to watch TV, they're in the car. Homework in the car. She said the one thing she went through the most of was her car batteries. But
yeah, I remember she has a son that just graduated high school, and she said he was big into basketball, and whenever he'd have his buddies over, they'd round the vehicles up and get the car lights on the course so they could play ball at night. And so
she said they had actually been shot at before, because it's in the desert, and she didn't act like it was intentional. They just didn't know anybody lived there. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no lights. You just assume nobody lives there. So it was a safety aspect of it too.
I haven't really get it in my head that I have utility now. You know, I always wondered when you're at somebody else's house, you think I wish I had utility, then I could do this, I could do that, right? But here, it's the first thing we can think of is a refrigerator. That was the first thing, and we're like, what kind of refrigerator do we get? That's gonna be fun.
Each year at Conway Corp, we hand out our employee awards, awards that are presented based on peer nominations for work performance that shows dedication to our mission statement. Now, we present 3 awards annually. The longest running award has been given out every year since 2003, and it's the Safety Leadership Award. It's an award that recognizes an employee who inspires, improves, and maintains best practices in safety. And the 2020 winner is Cody Miller. He's a plant operator at the wastewater treatment plant. In the nomination for Cody, a coworker wrote, Cody makes safety a priority and always takes time to contact the Conway Fire Department and the Conway Corp safety team when an employee is making a confined space entry at the wastewater treatment plant. Our Customer Service Award has been presented since 2008, and it recognizes employees who are dedicated to continuously improving customer satisfaction and constantly striving to exceed customer expectations. The winner this year is Business Class Services Specialist Justin Moore. Now, his nomination included when COVID-19 first hit, Justin stepped up. He went on call for more than 6 weeks without a break to make sure our business customers received the same care during COVID as they did pre-COVID. Our newest award is the Tower of Excellence Award. This year's recipient is our 3rd winner of the Tower of Excellence Award. The recipients consistently display characteristics that are valued by coworkers and are dedicated to fulfilling Conway Corp's mission, and this year's winner is Brian Eggert, Technical Lead Database Administrator. In his nomination, a coworker said, although it takes a team to develop the day-to-day tasks important to Conway Corp, one employee has to get it started, and Brian is that person. He works with all departments, outside developers, and is dedicated to fulfilling our mission. Congratulations to Cody, Justin, and Brian. We're proud of you, and thank you for your dedication to Conway Corp and the community. We hear far too often at Conway Corp about scammers who try to use our company's name to get your personal information. It's a practice called phishing, and there is another new email that's going around right now. We want you to be aware of it in case you see it in your inbox. In this case, someone claiming to be from Conway Corp is saying that someone on our security team received a request to delete an account. Well, that's simply not true. We would never contact you this way, and anytime you see communication from Conway Corp and you have reason to believe it's not true, please do us a favor. Call 450-6000. We can put your mind at ease about it, and we can let your neighbors know. Once we're aware, we'll put it on social media, and Conway residents can be aware of it, just like we're doing now, to let everyone know. Conway Corp, always on. COVID-19 vaccinations began in Arkansas shortly after authorization was granted for the initial vaccine. The Department of Health has identified priority groups and is using a phased approach for vaccine distribution. We are currently in Phase 1B, which includes Arkansans who are 65 or older, those who work in food manufacturing, and those who work in education. Vaccines are crucial in our fight against COVID-19. Watch for updates and do not delay getting the vaccine as new phases of distribution open.
Don't put your health care on hold.
At Conway Regional, your health and safety are our top priority.
We have extensive safety measures in place to protect you from infection
And a variety of options for you to receive the care you need.
From a telemedicine appointment in the comfort of your own home
to a visit to our medical center or clinics,
you'll receive comprehensive and compassionate care.
When you need to visit the hospital, please know that it's safe and secure.
During an emergency, every minute counts.
Don't delay your care for fear of COVID-19.
After your visit, we can hold a follow-up appointment through video over our telemedicine system.
Whether you need a primary care visit,
an orthopedic appointment, a visit with a neurologist,
or a prenatal checkup,
surgery,
a follow-up appointment,
referral to a specialist,
or emergency care.
We're here for you wherever you are,
no matter the need.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
For all of your health care needs, Conway Regional is here for you.
Back live here at Buzz Bowling Arena. He's Tim Roach. I'm Levi Gilbert, and your Lady Cats up big at the half, 34-8 over the Bells. And Tim, I almost called you Jeff. There have been, hey, we've gotten through almost the entire broadcast season, football and basketball. It's the first time that's almost happened.
Levi Garrett.
Wow, you just had to go there. 11 Lady Cats have scored tonight for Conway.
They knew going in. I mean, no disrespect meant to the Bells at all. I mean, I'm thrilled that they're here. They knew going in this is the way this game was going to go, and so they prepared for that. But they run their practices where everybody contributes. I mean, they don't. It's not just the top 5, top 6, top 7 that really get the time. All these girls get a lot of time in practice, and so they're wired for this. So no shock to me.
Well, and this game is so important from the standpoint of just having some live action, because your Lady Cats poised to be the number 2 seed, still could technically be the number 1 if North Little Rock can upset Northside tonight. Right. That game doesn't tip until 6. But if they're the 2, they don't play until Friday, so that's over a week. And if they're the 1, they'll play on Thursday. So either way, it's a week of no game action.
That's a long time, and. The way they practice, I mean, they're going to get tired of each other so quickly. It's basically like a week of COVID, right?
That's why we don't practice.
That's right. I don't want to see you until game time. But no, but it's they need that repetition. I mean, even though they're talented and they've been there and they've done that, you've got to have some game action. The good news is, though, is that the 5 that they play against in practice, pretty talented too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the third 5 they play against, really talented. Lady Cats go back to their starters here to start the third quarter, and we'll see how long this 5 stays in here in quarter number 3.
Chloe Clardy with no points yet.
Yeah, well, she only had 7 back in January when these teams played, so other people getting their looks. But yeah, you'd like to see Clardy knock a few shots down just to create some confidence going into the state tournament.
Great block by Jaden there.
Jaden hits her 4th 3 of the game.
From the whiskers of the cat. From the whiskers.
From the whiskers. J Money.
That's an NBA 3 from J Money. She can, I mean, it's just across half court, and it can go up at any time.
Well, and all of them have looked that clean. You know, there's no banging around the rim. It's just straight through.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and I like to listen to Buzz over at the Grizzly network where they covered the Northside game, and he was literally laughing at the way the shots were going down for J Money. They're just pure.
Clardy found her spot. She couldn't get the jumper to go, and Kalena King, all of her points tonight have looked just like that, flying in out of nowhere and putting it back in.
But you know what, though? I bet you if you go and look and you look at her shot chart, you're going to see a lot of shots from her that go up just like that. She's high energy on the boards, really active with loose balls. So she's cleaning up a lot of things. I mean, she does a great job on the down low, on the block, making things happen.
Lady Cats force another turnover here. Here comes Jaden Thomas. Kick out to King. King picks up her dribble.
Probably get away with the travel there.
Clardy trying to feed it down to Savannah Scott, and that will be off of Hindman. Lady Cats will retain possession. So Allgood was like, I thought that was our ball.
Yeah, I think pretty clearly off of the Bells.
Brown inbounds to J Money. That 3 won't drop. Haven't had to say that often for her. Brown getting the rebound and contact on the other side.
I'll tell you the reason why it's important for a call like that to go for the Wampus Cats, and I'm talking about the penetration by Camille, is you want to prepare for next week. You want to see your girls run the offense, get into the lane, and get rewarded for a tough play inside. And so I know it's easy for the calls to kind of not necessarily get called for touch fouls, but you need to see that you're going to get rewarded when you go in there. So that was a really good call. Glad to see Camille head to the line. She made 1 or 2. That's okay.
She hit the second. She's now the 12th Lady Cat to get in the scoring column tonight.
Wow.
If I'm counting correctly, math not always
not
strong
your A
suit.
game. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm not terrible at it.
So
but
I'm going to automatically question it, and then we'll go from there.
That's fair.
You could be wrong.
Metters is swatted almost up to the mezzanine. Savannah Scott.
Having none of it. Almost took offense at the shot.
She did seem a little offended by that. Feed it into Allgood. Bells just trying to get something going, and another shot clock violation.
Okay, so that's going to be something that I would like to know is how, and we'll know it by the end of the game, obviously, but how many shot clock violations have we had tonight? At least
3. Yeah. May have been 4, but 3 for sure.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just
can't get a shot off.
You
can't get a shot off.
And you just don't have anyone that can really create penetration for the Bells, and so it's hard to get any decent looks.
I think they've had 1 breakaway layup that's really gone their favor.
Nice feed down to Scott. She had a hard angle on that, but she's able to convert.
Good to see that. That's what you're going to have to be able to do. We're going to face teams that have really good post defensive players, and so Savannah's going to have to be able to get those shots off in traffic.
Jaden Thomas takes it to her right. That won't go. Yeah, you mentioned the post play, especially in the West. If you're the 2 and you end up on the same side as potentially Bentonville, like we have the last few years, still from Brown, kicks it out to Thomas. Thomas with the easy bucket.
Love seeing easy buckets. No pressure shot. Great job defensively there. Yeah, you're going to find what we get if we're the number 2. Who do we play the winner of the 5-1? 5-1.
Yeah, on the other end.
So it's going to be either Fayetteville, more than likely, or Bentonville. And at every position, they're going to be strong. Both of them. They're both 11-1 in conference. They beat each other. I mean, that's the top end of that conference is tough.
Jaden Thomas had 16. I believe the Lady Cats played at Fayetteville earlier in the season in the non-conference portion. But I think that Fayetteville team at the time, you just don't know because of COVID and everything else. It was if memory serves me correctly, I think it was a pretty one-sided game, but that Fayetteville team has obviously turned things around in conference.
It's probably, and you're right, it was probably, I mean, there's no way to know. You have to go back and watch the film if there is any film, and that's another problem. But it could have been that way. Now I will tell you that Coach Hutchcraft has coached against Fayetteville a lot. They come to the tournament every year, preseason tournament, and one year it was like, not last year, but maybe the year before. Can't remember.
2 years ago, they came here in that. Yeah,
and they had Goforth, who top end talent, and we beat them.
Yeah, they held on for dear life.
Yeah,
they got up big, and
but
then
that was an elite team.
Well, and Fayetteville ended up in the state championship game.
Coach Hutchcraft said that's the best win we'll have all year, and it was a quality win.
Larkins gets a 3 up.
Stepped out of bounds.
I'm going to say she stepped on the line.
That's that back leg going back. You try to get yourself in a spot. There's not a lot of room. I mean, you think, take a look at that. It's not a lot of room between the three-point line and the sideline. You gotta get your feet set properly before you even receive the ball. Good defense by Alex there.
Metters gets a good look, and she bangs that off the backboard. Gets the Bells to 10.
Nice shot there. In traffic with pressure.
Jolivet thought about it. Kane will. Jolivet trying to get the save, but it'll go to Metters.
but she will bulldog the world out of that one. She reminds me a little bit of Jada Pickens, but she's always got a smile on her face. Remember Jada she was a smiling assassin.
There she does it again. That's going to go out of bounds and stay with Conway. Yeah, looking back at the schedule, it was the last non-conference game that the Lady Cats played back on December 28th. They beat Fayetteville on the road 82-53. Ooh. But Fayetteville obviously
they only
put it together. I mean, 11-1 in conference.
And would they lose overall? Maybe 6 games tops.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So, that sounds to me a lot like some personnel we're missing. Not saying our score was not right, the 82 was not right, but yeah.
Larkins hits a 3. Your Lady Cats, we're saying all this because we just don't know the final seedings on the West yet. They're still playing their conference tournament this week. They're playing semifinals games tonight. The girls' games are probably done already. As Beckwith's going to take it all the way into all good there. Draws the contact. The 2 girls' games are probably already done. They played it, tipped off at 4, and it was, let me pull that up, it was Bentonville hosting Harbor and Fayetteville hosting Rogers.
Right.
Haven't been able to find final scores yet on those. The championship game will be tomorrow. So we just, all that to say, we just don't know who how that final 1 through 6 is going to look like on the west side.
Not everybody's got a Conway Corp willing to go out there and broadcast the games and give us all the information we want. But yeah, but you know the thing about it is, and I can say this because I know the coaching staff really well. They're concerned about that. They want to know who it is. There's a little bit of game planning that they have to do based upon all that, and they do that really well. But they've also, people have to adjust to our game. We're used to playing our style of game, and they're going to have to adjust to us, and that's regardless of who we play.
Jolivet gets the steal, feeds it to Malcolm, down to Beckwith. Left hand is good.
That's your post player running the court, making the critical pass at the last second. Great job by Haley there.
Into the final minute here in the third quarter. Lady Cats up big, 53-10. It will be a short fourth quarter for Conway. Kane gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds.
Good job, Mary Kay. Again, those are deflections. They're going to have a high number. Mount St. Mary has not even got a lot of shots off because of the deflections and the defense and the, running the clock all the way down to next to nothing before they can get a shot off. And at that point, it's a desperation shot. So really good job by the defense here.
Larkin's getting called for her second. Here come the Lady Cats, 20 seconds to go. Over to Jolivet, kicks it to Kane, back to Jolivet for three. Rebounds Metters. Kane got a hand in it, hit the court, but Bells will try to get one final shot off here in the third quarter. It almost went. Lady Cats up big, 53-10. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Court.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
After three, Lady Cats led in scoring tonight by Jaden Thomas with 16 off of a 4-for-6 shooting effort from three.
Wow. Yeah, I want to see that kind of purity from her three-point shooting. Once we get in the tournament, she's really, when she gets it going, and that's when we go into the state. That's going to be a game plan for somebody. They're going to go, yeah, we got to stop Chloe. Yeah, we got to stop Savannah. But if you let Jaden start going, it's going to be a problem for anybody.
A lot of matchup problems when you're facing these Lady Cats. Again, it'll be a running clock here in the final quarter. Doing my best to try and hunt down some 6A West girls conference tournament scores, but if I have them before the end of the game, I will definitely relay them to you. Nice feed down to Hill, and she finishes.
Yeah, Jamisha Johnson, great feed into the interior. And again, you see the girls not ever even think about putting the ball on the floor. They go straight up with it. That's a problem for your defense.
Three-point attempt up for the Bells is no good. Johnson trying to feed it up court to Corley. Hill trying to come away with it.
She got it.
Corley feeding down to Van Zant, and Van Zant finishing.
Yeah, great speed by Van Zant. She's got some quickness on her. Great drive into the basket, finished well with the left hand.
Johnson for 3.
Nice shot from a known defensive player. She's actually got a really good stroke from the outside. That looked really pure.
Corley gets the steal. She's looking up, feeds it to Johnson. Johnson hits the layup.
Another sign of a Hutchcraft team. When you get the ball, your eyes are up court. All of our players know how to dribble and drive with their head up so they can find the open teammate. Great job there.
Van Zant getting a hand on it. Another deflection for your Lady Cats. They've had too many to count tonight.
45. Let's go with 45.
Okay.
You're the math guy.
Fair enough.
You're the math guy.
Well, Tim, I think I realize why I haven't been able to find these 6A West girls scores.
Because you've not been connected to the internet?
No, I think they're not starting until 6. I guess the
ridiculous. If you don't know the times, Levi, really, are they starting at 6?
I don't know. I mean,
wow.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, nobody on Twitterverse is giving up any.
No, nobody. I've even reached out to a few folks, haven't been able to find it. Now, the brackets I saw said if schools are hosting both boys and girls on a given night,
5 and
4 and 7.
4 and 7. Okay.
So they would start at 4. The girls would tip at 4, and the guys at 7. And it's Bentonville and Fayetteville hosting on both sides tonight.
Gotcha.
So, but you know, maybe the bracket's wrong.
You can't be wrong.
Well, Johnson drawing some contact and just nothing.
Yeah, I think that's one of those. The score is dictating some of the non-calls that, in typical Tim Roach fashion, I would be angry with that, but even I will let that go. Wow, from her knees. Wow. Lauren took possession of the ball and actually threw the girl over her shoulder. And so, Lauren, good strong hands.
Come along for the ride.
Yep, you can have the jump ball, but you're not going to be happy about it. Quick hands by Van Zant. Good switch by Corley. I mean, this is just great tie-up by Carson.
Carson getting the straight-up steal there.
Yeah.
And Zant feeds it to Hill. Kick out to Corley for 3. Drains it.
Yeah, good shot.
Corley has 5.
What's the, I'm not sure what the call is.
Yeah, I'm very, very confused. Still.
I wish I knew what was going on, but I don't.
Oh, she's saying Conway ball.
Maybe she called 5-second call.
Well, I thought that's what she was going to call, but then it looked like she motioned like a push.
Yeah.
But maybe she was just saying 10 instead of 5.
She was really showing the 5.
Yeah. Which I believe is the right call because she did have the ball for quite a while there, covered by a Lady Cat. Roach kicks it down to Hill. Hill gets a little too far under the basket, but draws the contact, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good entry feed by Carson there. Lauren straight up, drew the contact. That's what you want to see. You're either going to make the basket there, or you're going to go to the free throw line, and that's the intent. Good stuff. Wow, I forget. I looked up and it's 1:15 left.
Well, that clock just keeps on ticking.
Just straight up, what, 8 minutes? Just straight up 8 minutes.
Yeah. Sportsmanship rule in effect here in the fourth quarter. Hill misses both, and we are into the final minute.
No quit on this defense, man. No quit.
Bells almost came away with that errant pass. It's going to end in a jump ball for Hill.
I think it's the same girl that does it. She's tied up with Lauren both times and gets thrown around on the floor.
Conway thought it was white ball.
You can't both take it out. I know the rules of basketball, and you can't both take it out. That may be it.
Yeah, I think the Lady Cats are just going to hold it here for the final 10 seconds. 65-10 will be the final. And that's going to do it for the regular season.
Wow.
For your Lady Cats. They move to 20-4 overall and 12-2 in conference play. So another 20-win season. Shortened, kind of a strange season for your Lady Cats, but still find a way to get to 20 wins.
Now I've just got to kind of, they don't, it's a good problem to have. We're watching the scoreboards now. They're just going to figure out who we're going to play.
Yep, we've said it before. We'll say it one last time. Lady Cats with the win tonight, at worst, will be the 2 seed heading into the 6A state tournament next week. And if North Little Rock can find a way to upset Northside tonight, even though charging Lady Wildcats a little shorthanded,
right.
If they can upset Northside tonight, then your Lady Cats will be the 1.
Regardless of where they are, though, Conway Corp is going to be broadcasting the state tournament games. And so you can find them on 585, Channel 5, YouTube.
Yeah, conwaycorp.com/WC2go. You can always go there and find our latest broadcast links. And it'll all start on Tuesday at 1 with your Conway Wampus Cats. Still don't know who they're going to be playing yet, but it'll be the 4 seed out of the West. And you can see on the floor your Wampus Cats getting ready to play a non-conference matchup with Little Rock Catholic. We are not going to be broadcasting that game. Non-conference game, just for a chance for both of these teams. They're heading into the state tournament next week. They didn't want to go a whole week without a live game. So our thanks tonight to Ryan directing. We had an interesting crew tonight. We've streamlined our crew. So Ryan directing, Maggie running camera. We had Ashton here doing Ashton things. I'm not sure who was watching the stream back home. Scott Stats Taylor on stats and Justin King on the social media. You can follow us on 5 Sports Live, and we'll have all the updates for you. Headed into the state tournament next Tuesday at 1. He's Tim, I'm Levi. We'll see you in Fayetteville.